Groovy. Let's rock. Ready for action.
Alrighty, I think we're about ready to get started here. Alrighty, alright. Let's get started with this. All right, guys, how's it going? How are you doing? For those watching right now, it's just gonna be a chill stream, man. Just a morning chill stream. It's I don't know. I don't have a whole lot. I'm not sure. Did something major happen with Ethan Ralph overnight? I feel like I'm mining that content way too hard. A little payoff. Let's see. I mean, we could take a look over there. We could take a look, see if anything of interest. I do plan on streaming tonight, but I'm actually tempted. I'm leaning towards doing a horror related show with some ideas, some things that I want to do tonight. So we're gonna make that happen. After all, what's the point of talking about drama tonight when Kino Casino's there, even though Kino Casino's kind of lame, dying, but whatever. All right, so we're going to play some Duke 3D. We're going to hang out. We're going to chill and, drink coffee and wake up. That's the idea. Before I guess I'll try to do some DoorDash here and there to get some money. Like I said, it kind of seems counterintuitive. Like you're actually spending more money through cost of your car and maintenance than you are making money. It doesn't seem like a very viable option. Anyway, I'm looking here in obviously the Kiwi Farms. See if there's anything recent of interest. Okay. So I'm mentioning that if Faith, if you know who that is, that the mother of Ethan Ralph's child, if she has a boyfriend, and it would be kind of interesting if the boyfriend were to become listed as legally the child's father, which I mean she could do that through adoption and all that, possible. But problem is, you have the paternity test. What to do? Josh is about to stream, you little turd. Oh, he is? Oh, I don't follow that stuff. I'm sorry. I'm in his thing. I'm in his time slot. I'm so sorry. I don't follow that. Guess I could just stream snipe him. Oh shit. See if there's anything of interest. Okay, so it looks like Ralph is still doing the show. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that's what he does. That's what he has to do. Gator's still convinced that there was a Cozy TV deal, or not an Odyssey deal. An Odyssey deal. I don't think there was ever a deal. There's no way Odyssey would... You think, honestly, that Odyssey would give Ethan Ralph $30,000 to be exclusive? What? Maybe it was offered at one point, but, man, they can just be like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. You're going to take that money and blow it up your nose and rage quit. It's not going to be very viable for us. All right. I guess I could stream snipe mad at the internet. Josh. Nuke Josh? Alright, where's a link to it? Because I don't know. Suppose I could find it myself. Do some work, god damn it. Oh shit. Because the original channel is like canceled, right? Oh, is it gonna be on the Is it going to be on the archive channel? I don't know what it's going to be on. See. Oh, I could just find it like on the farms too, I suppose. One moment, one moment. Oh, here we go. Upcoming, live. All right. Well, I have it queued up. It's ticking down. 30 minutes. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. What I'll do is I will include that here on the screen. I guess I will put like a Windows capture over the Duke play. I mean, there's not really like a lot visually, right? Okay, we'll do... There's so many window captures. I don't even know what's going on anymore. There we go. There we go. There it is. We'll crop it a little bit, make it look better. There you have it. There you have it. Where's the chat? Where's my chat here? Over there? Okay. So I'll put this right here. This is so this looks so goofy. You're not gonna see anything there. There's nothing to see. I can't cover up my important moneymaker stuff. This is extremely goofy. Okay, but let me crop it. All right. And crop the top. It's fine. Right. Pedro, 20. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. All right. Well, I'll take. That's 4 shots, motherfucker. I was gonna do DoorDash after this. Ain't doing that now. Thank you, Fernando Prado.
Dead Man 1.
There we go. We're gonna put Matt on the internet too on this thing. Might as well. Thank you. Got 8 people watching. Thank you. That's nice. Let's just. Josh will love this. I'm sure he'll love this. Matt at the internet. Mirror. No, just Matt at the internet. That's fine. All right, and I'll make sure that the background audio, the stream audio, is not as loud as, or I'll make sure the game audio is low. That's what I'll do. All right, let me kill the background music. Adjust the game audio, and then I'll take those shots. One moment. All right, let's bring the volume down all the way to like, I think this will be fine. Alright, yeah, I think that'll be fine. Let me know if it becomes an issue. If, like, you can't hear Josh or whatever. Okay? This was not planned. I don't know how well it's going to go. Could go well. Could not go well. I do not know. DoorDash under the influence. IRL stream. Dude, that's living life. Now, I do appreciate the dono. Let me go ahead and take 4 shots there. A fireball. By the way, if you wish to do that as well, feel free to. There's a Streamlabs link as well. It should be in the description box. That's immediate and less of a cut in that. I appreciate that. Bronx Beats, how's it going? Juice asked how much for you to lick Batty Hole, Deadman. Batty Hole? Okay, you're going to have to explain to me like in 5. What is Batty Hole? Okay? Alright? I'm blissfully ignorant about a lot of this stuff. Batty hole. What do you mean by batty hole? That you mean not the gun's asshole? Juice asked how much for you to lick his. Oh, his batty hole. Oh shit! I can't even read right now. It is early in the morning. Fuck. Shot 1. I ain't licking his asshole. Despite what you might think, My tongue is only eating one asshole, and that's my wife's. I said too much. What do you think I had to do to make things right after she found out? I had a woman on the side. 2 women on the side. Jesus Christ, I'm horrible. Fuck, dude. I had to make up for that. Oh, I had to atone for my sins. God damn it. All right, 2 shots. Woo! Whoa. What is that? Red Hots. Right, liquid Red Hots. Lies. Bronx says lies. Gunt blocked me on Twitter. Gunt blocks anyone who associates with me. You associate with me, you're blocked. If you are on the winning side, you're blocked. If you make a fat joke in his direction, you're blocked. If you say he sharded, you're blocked. If you say he's 5'1", you're blocked. Now, what's weird about Faye and Matthew Vickers is you can say all sorts of trashy shit about them. They don't block you, really. In fact, they still kind of float around and lack the attention. They're a bunch of attention whore motherfuckers. Whoa. That's good. Oh, shot number 3. Fuck. Ooh. Shot number 4. Dude, I'm gonna be on the floor. Shot number 8. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to raise that price just a bit, because being a bitch, well, let's just say inflation there. Inflation. That is the cost of inflation there, my son. What the? Alright. So last shot, and we'll play some Duke, because I know that's what you guys want. Well, shoot the shit. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. I mean, you want to talk about the idea of me eating Josh's booty hole. That's fine too. Batty hole. I never really refer to that as a batty hole. I don't know what a batty hole, booty hole. It's like the Batman cave down there or something. Does he have a gay lover named Robin creeping up in there, living up in there? I don't understand. Didn't get a notification. Don't lie, Mr. Deadman. I'm lying all the time. Everything I say is a goddamn lie, right? Ah, shit. I don't even lie, son. I used to be a CPS worker. Everything I say is a goddamn lie. Even when I'm telling the truth, it could possibly end up to be a lie. That's the reality of the situation. I'll straight up tell a family, don't worry, I don't see this case blowing up or going another way. And it does sometimes. You know? Hope everything goes through with the job interview I had. Looked promising. Sounded very promising. Let's see if there's an email. Nothing yet. I should hear about it on Monday. What I may end up doing as well is working probation, but probation is going to suck just as much as CPS work sucked. Alright, now this is a custom-made map. I've never played this map before. We don't know if it's any good. I like the detail. I like the subway train. I wonder if oh, there we go. I was like, where's the enemies at? There we go. When Jer starts talking, I'll lower this down. Oh, shit. Get out of the way, son, guy.
Dead man 1.
Oh shit, dude. Oh man, I'll be drunk. God damn it. God damn, we're gonna repeat last Friday when my wife was not too pleased with me. She's like, "You're already drunk?" "Yes, ma'am, I am." You know I'm respectful. I refer to my wife like, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. I am drunk." That is affirmative. That is truth. Says, "I've been here a long time. I didn't chat much, but I want Dead Men Wins." Thank you, Fernando. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Take another shot. Take 2 shots. Oh, shit. I'll be drunk by the time Jersh starts talking. Woo! You know, I'm still on the fasting diet, intermittent fasting. So I haven't eaten anything at all for breakfast. In fact, I don't eat anything until noon. I'm on an empty stomach. I have nothing there. Now it was just Fireball, coffee and water. Shit. I'm asking for a bad time, aren't I? Build Engine, Kino. Build Engine is great, dude. I want to see more games with the Build Engine. By the way, speaking of Build Engine games, where is this, the expansion pack or sequel, whatever, for Ion Fury? I'm like its #1 fan, and I would play it endlessly. I still play that game. I like that game. The game's fun. Anyway, here we go. Woohoo! All right, all right. That was not very enthusiastic, was it? All right. Let me lower the audio because when Jersh comes in, we got like 20 minutes, but. There we go. Around that. That's good. That should be good. Alrighty, we're in some dingy subway. There's the OJ. Bronco. Man, the one thing I really like about Duke 3 is that it has a huge community. Like they made all these cool maps, mods. Can't shoot through that glass. All right. Yeah, it's such a huge community of like mods, maps, and all this stuff. Like you could, like I'm sitting on like over like 2,000 user maps. I haven't played it all of them. There's no way. There's no way. And this is the only game I really need, man. I know it's basic. I know it doesn't mean much. I know it's not like Elden Ring or whatever that crap is, some fantasy shit. With gay elves and whatever the fuck is going on in Elden Ring. Probably some gay elves bullshit, you know that. Now where am I supposed to go? Is there a switch or something I'm supposed to hit? There's the vent. Might be helpful if I take these shades off. I can't see shit. Alright. Any switches? Any switches at all? Nothing. Nothing. I see an exit sign over there. This looks like a tunnel, but no, that is not a tunnel.
Where is it? Where is it?
They're not opening. We'll come back here. I think we go back there. Oh man, I have a map or a mod. It's a horror-based mod based on Duke Nukem 3D. All right, I think it's called White Noise. It is legit. It is legit stuff. It's creepypasta stuff. It is pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll play that someday. We'll play that someday coming up. How you guys doing? By the way, let me move the chat over here on this monitor so I can see it while I'm playing the game because it's a windowed mode and all that stuff. I'm getting hyped and ready for Mad at the Internet. Jersh, I apologize. I don't stream snot much, but I'm streaming every fucking day for my sustenance, my livelihood. please, please, don't worry about it. All right, Deadman. I know why Ralph looks the way he does. I am the first to discover this. He's 100% has Cushing syndrome. What is Cushing syndrome? What? Cushing syndrome. Find out now. Wait, is there gonna be nudes? Let me just go here. Cushing's disease. Cushing's disease is a serious condition of an excess of the steroid hormone cortisol in the blood level caused by pituitary tumor. Whoa. A tumor? Like in the brain? What? Wait, where's the tumor gonna be at? So, hold on. That's how you get this? I thought that's just called obesity. Oh, shit. Around moon face? This is Cushing's disease? Cushing syndrome? I thought this was just called being fat and obese. Fat pad buffalo hump. Oh, shit, dude. You could hunt his ass on the prairie, dude. They would. I tell you what, man. Society crumbles. Don't worry, we got plenty of food walking around. You just got to be willing to eat the long pig. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be fine. Don't take it from someone who read and watched a lot of horror. I could tell you, if you eat human meat, the only problem you're gonna have is you don't really have the enzymes to digest it, so there's that. But if you eat the brain, you're fucking yourself up. That's how you get yourself fucked up. If you eat the brain, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna go insane, actually. If you want to be insane, good way to go. All right. Pyrons, whatever that protein is, it goes into your brain and it fucks shit up, dude. It's kind of similar to like Alzheimer's disease and shit, but just you're self-inducing it, and it's aggressive. Anyway. Oh, fuck. Okay. That's pretty nasty. Thank you so much, Nick Oris, for helping me on. Oh, the reason why I brought up the tumors because I was on what was the I guess information page in Google gives you this information. It could be just a bunch of bullshit. It says blood level caused by a pituitary tumor secreting a adrenochromatotropic hormone. I probably butchered that. Is a hormone produced by the normal pituitary gland. So probably not a tumor, okay, but there is one that's going to be the pituitary gland. But so could he lose weight? Is there treatments for this? What are the treatments? What are the treatments of Cushing syndrome? Treatment options include reducing steroid use. Well, stop using steroids, you fucking Ethan Ralph, fucking gunt. Surgery, radiation, and medication. This is what Boogie has too, right? Boogie has the same shit. Boogie and Ralph have the same body, like, composition. Now, my body, because I always bring it back to me because I'm a narcissist, right? I always bring it back to me because I'm a attention-seeking whore. My body, I have a gut. I have a fucking bloated beer gut, Taco Bell gut. I got that ever since I got my car in high school and started getting Taco Bell left and right. Baja chalupas. Chalupas with Baja sauce. That was my thing. That was my poison. I would get 3 of them at any given time. And scarf them down. Scarf them. What the fuck? Scarf them down. That's gonna give you a belly. That's gonna get you a fat ass fucking belly right there. I had a pot belly even when I was in high school. Jesus Christ. Fuck. But the girls didn't mind. They didn't mind. Anyway, this is interesting. Thank you so much, Nick Orris. You participated in the class. You get mod status. Look at that. Look at that. Now I sound like a school teacher. I'm drunk. And shout out for everyone watching this instead of getting ready to watch Mad at the Internet, because we're going to watch Mad at the Internet anyway. Flavortown resident, how you doing? Indigo Chosm, how's it going? Nick Orris, War Eagle, and got a shout out to the man that's been paying my bills over here, Fernando Prado. See, when they say all the Mexicans are lazy, they're not. He's working a day job being able to donate to me, motherfuckers. I don't see any of you guys donating, but then again, I don't care. Hey, don't get me wrong. Not shaming you. Not shaming you. Would never do that. Would never do that. I see where that joke was going, and I stopped it, even while drunk. Let's resume. Let's resume. Okay. What are you saying? Oh, wait, apparently people with Cushing's have thick skin. That discounts are up. Well, here's the thing. You can have physically thick skin, which he probably does, because he took an ass beating and survived. I mean, he should have died that day. He was destined to die, okay? Wait, we can't go this way. So maybe he has thick skin, like, physically. But literally, he doesn't. Literally, it's just like thin skin, piece of shit. Here's the truth, the reality of this. You'll realize all of these
Where is it?
these internet famous streamer guys, none of them have thick skin. There's a breaking point at some point. Everyone has their kryptonite, right? Everyone has that sentence, that phrase that's gonna break them. I have one. I think you know it. Say it right now, it's gonna break me. Be like, no, I'm banning you all in chat. I don't know what it is. I honestly couldn't tell you what it is. There's no secrets in this level? Man, this guy, this is a user-made map. This guy made a map that legit looks like, legit looks better than an official map. I'm shooting the wall, goddammit. Fuck! Shoot the guy! There we go. Would help if I wasn't drunk. Shit. Day drunk already. Is that health? What the fuck is that? Like meth in a jar. The fuck? I'll take the ammo. Now I gotta ask, man, how likely would it be that you'd find like shotgun ammo or any ammo at all just lying around at a Subway? Come on now, come on. Ammo's expensive. How long, Dead Man, been streaming? I've been streaming forever. You're talking about like, wait. Too Sweet Pistol Pete, when you ask how long, do you mean how long in like time and space? Or how long like right now? Like, I'm curious. Oh, you guys are really looking up the side effects of or whatever, of Cushing syndrome. Well, that could be a thing. Let's go and put it on the screen. I see I have it still on the screen here. Cushing's disease. Let's go over it here. Let's go over it together as a class here. Okay. Overview. You got fat deposits around the face and upper back. Weight gain around the midsection. Fat loss from arms and legs. That is Ethan Ralph. So you're gonna look like this. You're gonna look like Ethan fucking Ralph is what they're saying. You're gonna look like this fat fuck right here. He looks like a buffalo. If I was a Native American, I think I have some Indian in me. I would hunt his ass and make his skin into a teepee. I fucking would. I am a little psycho, a little homicidal. Where is that? That is real about me. That's one thing you got to be careful about me. Speaking too much. Fireball's talking. Let's see. Symptoms. Signs of a fatty hump between the shoulders, a rounded face, pink or purple stretch marks. I don't have that, so I'm good. People may experience whole body excess sweating, excessive hairiness, excessive hunger, fatigue, flushing, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, skin, abnormal pad of fat between shoulder blades. I don't have that at all. Darkening of the skin, stretch marks or thinning, muscle weakness or loss of muscle. So Ethan Ralph couldn't even lift a 40-pound dumbbell. Shit. Acne, sweating, depression, easy bruising, hair loss, easy bruising. Oh shit. So maybe that beatdown wasn't a beatdown. Dude, whoa, back up. Hold on. Hold the phone. Back the fuck up. What other basic bitch 90s terms did I fail to say right there that mean pretty much the same thing? Let's go back. Ethan Ralph was bruised up after that beatdown. We thought it was a serious beatdown. What if he was beat down by the most soy thuggers in Portugal? I mean, come on, man. They got a fucking Asami purse. Come on, man. Or Gucci purse. Whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know what the fuck it is. And nor should you, goddammit. I mean, these could be soy boy motherfuckers with like blue, purple hair. Confused about their gender over there in Portugal. That means a lot. That means a lot, man. And given this, the weakest of hits, but leading to like massive bruising, fracturing, damage to the body because it's so weak. Man, I've been punched in the face like a number of times. And then again, I'm telling the truth here. I know you don't believe me when I'm telling the truth because who knows if Mr. Deadman's telling the truth anymore, right? When I used to work at a psychiatric facility, those kids would punch me. They would try to punch me. Now, I'll grab their wrists and swing it around and wrap them up in what we call a basket hold, okay? But sometimes they would get it and I wouldn't see it. This 300-pound, she was only fucking 14. I'm dropping frames like a bitch over here. She was only fucking 14, but she was 300 fucking pounds and she was 6'1". She was my fucking height. We called her the bear. We called her the bear because this bitch, she was so fucking psycho. Her whole room was swept up. Her whole room was taken down. This is a psychiatric facility. The only thing she had in her room was a bed. But the mattress came at night, so she wouldn't cut it up and try to choke herself with it or some shit. She was psychotic. She would take the outlets out from the wall with her fucking hands, dude, with her fucking bare hands. I'm just sizing her up, letting you know what she is. I know she's 14. 6'1", 14. No muscle in her body. Because when she punched me in my face, I didn't even realize it. I didn't realize it after the fact. She punched me in my face like, what the fuck was that? I was like, I had this reaction like, what the fuck? After that, grabbed her, swung around, slammed her down. Now, of course, she weighs like 300 pounds, so I couldn't lift her up. So we all, as a group effort, lifted her fucking up, took her to the seclusion room, threw her fucking heavy ass, well ass over there. Shit, be done with that goddamn shit. Fucking A. God damn. Oh, the worst part about her, though, she pissed her pants and I'll tell you too much. During restraints with this chick. I kid you not making this up. There are times where a roach will crawl out from her leggings. Oh, we got mad at the internet now. Woo! But that was a true story I told you. I hope you believe it because it's totally true. It is totally real. I used to work at a mental health facility and you get weird shit. You get weird shit all the fucking time. It is a carnival of weirdness.
So I opened with the classic Sneed Gambit, which got me 2 greenies. And then I went for Ouija to wipe out all the other
This
vowels.
is so weird, guys.
Now I have, after adding Amend as my first real guess, I now have 3 greenies, chat. 3 greenies. So, I have been staring at this instead of preparing for my stream, wondering what the fuck this word could be. I'm not gonna read chat, so I'm sorry, chat. But you're on ignore right now. I'm really just I really don't know.
Why is
It
this
has to
chat
be a
on
double
ignore?
vowel,
I don't
think. There's
understand.
No, because if it was another E, the other.
Why is this chat
sneaky
on
would be-
ignore, man?
Would be yellow, but it's not. Alas.
What's wrong with this
So it could
chat?
be another A. What could it be? A weed? A weed? A lead? Is that a thing? Not in the word.
I
Not a
think
word
what
like
his chat
that.
was telling them is that he needs Christ in
A
his
bead?
heart.
A bed?
Okay.
Is that a word? It's not a word, chat.
I'm doing a stream,
fade?
watching Josh
not a word,
while
chat.
playing Duke Nukem 3D. Absolutely pathetic, dude. I'm doing so much over here. You don't even know. Euros.
This
Euros.
is pre-recorded. No,
I don't
it's
even
not.
know what you're on, brother.
A feed.
You're on some
It
other
must be a
crusade.
feed.
You totally lost me, man. You
It
lost the
can't be
plot a long
offend-
time ago.
what-
But I love you. I love you. You can always.
Arend?
I don't know what I'd
'cause there's
have to
no-
repent
there's no
for.
in chat. It's no-
I
there's no
repent
in.
for shit.
Arend?
Let's see.
Rep? Again? A gin?
Man,
No,
Euros,
can't
you're
be.
like going hard on me.
I'm L.
Repent for
a
being
gel.
drunk. Well, I
Is this a
mean,
word? No.
you can make me drunker.
Upheld. No. Areld.
Absolute
Held.
disgrace that is your
Yelled.
existence. Pathetic.
Allowed.
Well, that means so
lead,
much coming from you, Euros.
Gunt.
I don't even know who the fuck
Gent,
you are.
Sneed. Felt. No, it has to be a D at the end. This is clearly fucking bullshit.
All right, so he's
Gunted.
going over his.
Guys are-
I mean, chat.
This is
Chat was
painful.
probably telling me
Do you,
he's
do
Jesus.
you know what it is? Are you trying to tell me that you know better than I do? Knelt. A Celt? No. Celt? Celt. But now look, I know I only know half the English language, but this should be doable, right? A pen. No, there's no. A part.
Come on, big
A
cop.
petite.
Payback time.
He. Was it double A? Head? Oh my god. Splendid. Splendid it says. I did it, chat. I'm a master. I've really done it. Oh, you can't even see it. I've been playing Wordle all by myself. And you guys couldn't even see it because I'm in studio mode.
I am the king
You're welcome,
of the world,
bitch.
baby.
Fuck you.
Can I eat these burgers? Damn, I can't eat them. I'm like, I'm curious.
Okay, I guess I should start the stream.
Yeah,
now.
saying.
This is the official start of the stream. The pep song has ended. I'm hiding live chat, and I'm now recording.
repent for
this is
killing
the start of the
Damo.
stream chat.
I didn't kill Damo, man. Damo killed himself, brother. I don't know what he's doing. I have no control over Damo. I never really cared about the motherfucker. That's true. That's true talk. That's real talk. What is this music? Play some bass redneck shit, motherfucker. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god, dude. Tell me when it starts, because that's when I'll unmute it. Damo is sending his Jannies. Well, that's great. Well, they don't have mod status, so they can go fuck themselves on that. The reality is the Damo has his, I guess, his winners. I guess his team. Okay, here's the thing, guys. I don't hate you guys. I love you guys. I want you to know that. Okay. I don't know what that man's been telling you, but there are all sorts of lies and bullshit. Okay. The only thing that's real is I am grifting. I'm grifting pretty hard because I kind of need it. God damn it. I make more money through this than I do with fucking DoorDash, especially when you count for gasoline expense and car expense. Now, but I'm not whoring out my booty hole. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. If I did, it would look pretty good. I have no fucking idea. I'd never do that shit, dude. My wife would leave me. When you were a young man, dead man, did you picture you being your existence? Euros, where are you in life right now? I'm sitting on my ass playing video games, getting paid for it in a way. Yeah, actually, this is pretty good. This is pretty good.
Is this caramel dancing? No, but this is.
Anyway.
Oh no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I have to
Ukrainian.
quickly switch back to Firefox, which can actually play MP4s, because for whatever reason VLC on fucking Firefox.
Well, let's bring some other people in here. Let them know, hey, you could watch Man at the Internet, but if you don't like Jewish, you could watch them.
Listen, one day I'll figure out how to do a computer thing, but for right now, I cannot. Here.
Go the Jack Murphy route? No. That's gonna be a hard no on that. What is that?
I just realized how loud that was for everyone. I've blown out all your fucking eardrums.
That was loud.
Second version of it.
Just the volume.
But this one has the rainbow strobe effect, which is why I chose it, to be honest. Well, I did not see you guys last week. That was because I was suffering from crippling depression unrelated to anything. I don't know why.
Crippling depression?
I just felt really bad. And I decided, you know what? I don't even feel like streaming today.
Nice, goddamn health,
But now it's been
motherfucker.
a week, and I feel better. And on top of everything, I have funny things to talk about, as funny things have developed in my absence, so I can come back triumphant. I ran a poll about if I should front load this stream with my political ramblings or if I should back it. And the front ending won, so to everyone who doesn't like it and I mention anything besides fat people eating, I apologize in advance, but I'm just going to get it out of the way. And what I aim to do is, as always, I do not have an agenda that I try to press. I have some thoughts, and I'm just going to share them.
No
and
agenda.
Perhaps you'll find my perspective.
That kind of runs me about the no agenda
probably,
guy or
if you
agenda free.
watch
That's
these.
bullshit.
Perhaps not. So to help people who don't care at
Josh
all
has
about what
an
I have
agenda.
to say
Come on,
about
everyone
anything
does.
besides funny people being retarded online, I have added this picture of Alex Jones with a megaphone and the word InfoWars behind him. So when you see this image, you will know that I am still talking about shit you do not care about, and I will take this image down when I am done with my pontification. I've written down notes. So, old pick. So if you were one of those people and you're watching, if you're just listening, you're fucked. I'm not going to play like a beep in the background. And when you stop hearing the beep, you just have to fast forward until you hear me talk about volunteers for Ukraine. That'll be the first topic. That's not related. Anyways, I don't mean to apologize for myself endlessly. I do want to just briefly my thoughts. Okay. Actually, before I do that, I want to I want to just show everyone what a real political thinker sounds like. I saw this clip yesterday, and I fell in love with it. So if you want the real hot take on the various happenings going on right now,
it is what it is.
look no further than Pete, a Canadian man who has it all figured out.
Yeah, Trump and a decent number
Yeah, I don't
of
have
supporters
crippling
that
depression right now. I
support
actually feel pretty
Russia
good.
because-
You quit CPS. I feel really relieved, actually, to be honest with you.
And
Strong? How?
God
Hi,
damn, that's
Sandra.
how she looks? That's right, she shaved her fucking head, right?
Really new to me?
because they idolize fascists. Fascists love Putin because he's a fascist, and Trump is a fascist, and Trump's supporters are fascists. So a lot of them love Putin.
I hate politics.
And there's been a lot of there's been a fair number of dumbasses who are
I
like,
think she hates politics because she knows it's bullshit. Does she know that's bullshit from both sides?
Putin invaded Ukraine.
It's kinda
because
funny,
the US
actually.
is woke.
They get these woke commie
people
fags to
blaming,
fight on behalf of
like,
Ukraine
diversity
who
and
like have legit neo-Nazis in
Oh.
their
like
armies,
that.
but who cares? I think that's hilarious. I think that's fucking hilarious and base, to be honest.
Okay.
It's what they deserve. It's what they fucking deserve.
And again, because Putin's totally okay with just straight up fucking
quit.
murdering gay people,
No, Euros.
Murdering gay people.
I'm not like Daimo where I quit and didn't pretend like I was just LARPing or whatever. So, but thank you, Putin won. Sounds like Putin's winning. Sounds like he is. But we'll see with that. With the Jewish propaganda and all that, with the fucking NATO stuff, dude, they're gonna choke Putin to the point to where Russia's gonna be a gas station that will do whatever they want, and that is it.
And thus,
They're gonna
the
get rid of his
homophobes
ass.
who
They can
all
get rid of
deny
Putin. Watch.
vehemently that they're homophobic, like Putin as well.
Yeah, some of these guys are trolling out of anger, but you know it's fine.
Thanks
man.
for your
You know,
lesson.
I love them, man. I love them. They'll turn around. They'll see that I have nothing but kindness and love over here. Okay, I'm not like the Daimo where you have to pick sides. I'm not about that shit. I don't know. He's on some weird shit right now. Might be just rage in his heart, brother. That's weird for being. He's definitely not a real Bushido samurai because there's a lot of rage in his heart.
I muted myself. This is not going well so far. I feel really energized and upbeat, but I skipped a week, so I'm just suffering endlessly as a consequence. I'm using a VPN, as always, and it looks like there's some buffering. I'm keeping my eye on the bitrate, so if it drops again, I'll change servers. But it should be passing through my VPN already. Whatever. Nothing ever fucking works. So my take will pale in comparison to Pete's epic take on contemporary politics. So I'll just get it out of the way, I guess. So I stated in my little community tab that I like both Ukrainians and Russians. I have friends of both. I've lived in Ukraine. I have never, unlike Coach Red Pill, I have never suffered at the hands of Ukrainians, because unlike Coach Red Pill and unlike Ralph, I have a good ability to shut the fuck up in foreign countries. I don't go around saying stupid shit to people. And it's served me well. I've gone through the Philippines without being beheaded. I've gone through Ukraine without being chased out by Azov Battalion. I've been to a bunch of countries without getting beat up by gypsies. I've managed just fine with my miracle solution.
It doesn't seem that hard to do,
shutting the
though.
fuck up. It really works out well. I would strongly suggest it. Are you abroad in a foreign country that you're not a citizen of, or in that you don't speak the language of? Have you considered shutting the fuck up? It's a miracle solution. Almost all of your problems in life can be solved by shutting the fuck up. This is true. This is a panacea to all problems in life. Just shut the fuck up. Just throwing it out there. Now, I will not take my own advice, and I will go on my political dive. I would like to warn everybody about, and this, I think a lot of this will sound obvious to people, because when you say it, it sounds obvious, but people, like in the moment,
Okay.
like day to day, you're just processing stuff. You might lose sight of it. So just to reaffirm, what is the, in case you do feel what I can say about this, you will be subject to a huge amount of misinformation. You will be subject to literal info wars. This is the definition of an info war, is you have two warring sides who have vastly different perspectives on an ongoing conflict, and they want to persuade you to believe as they do. So they will literally send information out through many different vectors to try and persuade you to sympathize with them, and that is the info war. So here we have a picture, a tweet from Anonymous, which is completely co-opted at this point, and this is an anti-war perspective saying that Putin's conquest is entirely economic. Rare photos of U.S. Army seizing weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. After all this, is surely what they came for. And it's pictures of gold. People seizing gold. If anyone pays attention to the news, you might recognize that these gold bars are actually Libyan gold bars. This was seized from Libya. So, just general bullshit. You'll see people just be wrong. Here's a picture.
There's
it's
a
from
lot
a
of
different
bullshit
conflict
coming out,
applied
too.
in a different
Yeah.
way. I've seen pictures of stuff from the 90s, from the Crimean War, from shit that was in Afghanistan, saying that it happened recently in Ukraine. and
Remember
it's just
Snake
wrong.
Island? That was bullshit.
We
All
get
that
this
was
picture
bullshit.
on the other side. Pro-Ukrainian. A picture taken in Kiev this morning. The clouds forming an image of an angel where this above the city where the main cathedral is dedicated to the archangel Michael, who cast Lucifer to hell. If you look, this got a lot of tweets. This is a verified Twitter account a political editor for the Sunday Express, Daily Express, Scotsman, 700 likes. If you look very closely, there's a Pizza Hut right there. This is not in Ukraine. There is no Pizza Hut in Ukraine. In fact, if you search the picture, you will see that it has been posted dozens of times in the last few days, claiming to be a premonition of the Archangel Michael over the city of Kiev. This is taken in America. It is at least a couple of years old now. Just in general, when you see an image, it's bullshit. And on the flip side, you might see something that's true that you think is bullshit. When moderating my forum, this post got reported, and it was someone saying this is blatant, completely made up bullshit about the political situation in Ukraine, using fake names. And the reason why this user thought the post was complete bullshit was because one of the people talked about is a guy called Seaman Semenchenko. It's closer to Simon Simenchenko than Seaman Semenchenko, but this is a real person. His name is Seaman Semenchenko, pronounced differently in his native language, I'm very sure. But
Euros, I'll tell
someone
you
sees
what,
it,
you
he thinks
donate,
this
I'll
is
take
fucking
2
retarded.
shots.
There's
How
no
about
way
that,
this
brother?
man is
How about that,
actually
brother?
named Seaman Semenchenko.
Let
Reports
you know, man, about peace and love over here. You donate, man, I'll take 2 shots, brother. It don't have to be 10. That's how I roll here, man. Come on. I know things are tight. Things are tight for me too, man. I'm pretty much begging over here. Shit.
for being, misinformation.
And Josh is right on this. There's a bunch of fake ass bullshit coming out, being pumped out, and people are just believing it. Remember the Ghost of Kiev? Dude, mainstream media was pumping out that shit. It just turned out to be footage from a fucking video game. Snake Island was pumped out. Well, it sounded base as fuck. You got these supposed 13 Ukrainians telling the warship to go fuck off and die. That's base. But turns out that was just a lie. Turns out there's more to the story, and they actually surrendered, and it was more than 13, and all that was a lie. You can't believe anything you hear anymore, man.
And it's actually real. So be aware, you might see things that are true that are actually true.
Probably wants to kill me, but I could
As
take
opposed to just
additional
being
shots
bullshit.
of Fireball. That's okay. That's my poison of choice.
This is another hot meme that came about just this week. Here we have the ambassador to the United Nations from the United States, and it appears to be a non-human humanoid alien sitting at the table representing the U.S. And you might think, how is this picture real? She's clearly not a human being. This is an alien. This is Bigfoot. Who the fuck is representing us in the UN? The answer is Linda Thomas Greenfield, the Biden administration representative. This is how she looks to give you a understanding. So we take a look at her. You can see her chair, her hair, and then her black mask covering her face. And since she's already black and her hair is like blocking the light, you can't really see her eyes. So when you see it unedited, it looks like a alien being screaming in agony.
Oh, I've seen that. That looks crazy,
Some sort
dude.
of foreign
It's like you
alien
don't even know
language.
what it is.
Seems like bullshit is actually a real picture. Just something I find very interesting. The other thing that I found pretty interesting about all this is just the genuine hypocrisy of everything. I'll hide this while I explain this. Everybody on poll.
Okay, let me ask you guys: Do we kill this dog or not? We're cool dogs, right?
Ukraine is
I'm
a
not
very
killing-
Jewish
I'm not
country,
killing a
sometimes
dog.
referred to as Ukraine. In fact, when I lived there, I lived a couple blocks away from a synagogue. I remember very vividly seeing a little kid who had the Orthodox Jew curls and the little hat on, and I swear to God, he had a shirt on that was a Pikachu that had Orthodox Jew curls, and it said Pikachu under it. So this little kid was walking around in his Pikachu t-shirt, and it was very funny to me.
That's weird,
And
dude.
the street that the synagogue was on was literally called Jew Street in Ukrainian. It was
Shut
In the
up.
Ukrainian language, the name of the street was Jew Street, and that's where the synagogue was. And that is because Ukraine does have a large Jewish population, and that is because there used to be
Jew
a Turkic
Street, where all the
tribe
Jews are at.
called the
Fucking A,
Khazars,
dude.
or whatever. If you wonder where the term Khazar comes from, it's because there was a Turkic tribe from the Caucasus spread up north all the way to Odessa, and they were Jewish, and they have integrated into the area of both Ukraine and South Russia. So you look at Zelensky, he's Jewish. A lot of people in Ukraine are Jewish. But then you look at Russia, and the wealth distribution is such that 1% of Russia's population owns 76% of its wealth, and only 15% of the people that hold that 1% are ethnic Russians. The rest are Jewish. So the oligarchs who actually run Russia are Jewish. So if you're looking at this purely from, I hate the side that has the most Jews
even
on
Russia
it,
has a
then you're going to have a hard
Jewish
time choosing
population in
between
charge.
Ukraine and Russia because they're both very Jewish.
So the Jews even control
And then
Russia.
there are other
No
people who say that
surprise
this
there.
is because they're both Jewish. This is a psyop, but we've wanted apparently they've wanted a hot war for years, and then when it happens, it's a bad thing. It's a psyop, exactly like how they said that we called Muslims invaders for a very long time, and then BT happens, and BT is a CIA psyop. So it's like, okay, can people? Do you want more or do you not want more? Are these people invaders that people should do something about, or are people doing something about it? CIA psyops. It's just a weird like
Zelensky is
bipolarism about
Jewish.
saying one thing and then believing the other when it actually happens. And then there are people who are pro 2A, pro Second Amendment, pro civilian weaponry, who see that Zelensky handing out firearms to the civilian population is a bad thing, and he's trying to make,
I'm pro 2A and think it's a good
casualties
thing, actually.
go up. But then those same people support Second Amendment rights. But then the
I think it's a
people who
good
are
thing.
against
Arm the
Second Amendment
civilians,
rights
send them
are
out
praising
there to
Zelensky
fight.
for handing out AK-47s to everyone who wants one. And so it's
Sounds
such
awesome
as
to me.
poll and poll tards. It's like everyone is caught up in this dilemma of total hypocrisy that frustrates me.
Well,
endlessly.
hold on. Not all of us. Some of us are too. See, Josh, you forgot to include the people who are pro 2A and also think it's base as fuck that they're giving out free AKs, which is me and like everyone on my block, pretty much. Okay. So, come on now. Come on.
And I mentioned in my community post, the one thing that disgusts me the most is just the people who are like, oh, I can't wait for all the sexy Ukrainian refugees to come to my country so I can take advantage of their economic situation and sexually exploit them. Like, if you know those people, stay away from them because they're fucking perverts and they would definitely rape children on Epstein Island if given the chance. Do not let those people into your community. They're sickos. So here is an example of something that has been driving me crazy, and I want to share my frustrations. Google Europe says, due to the ongoing war in Ukraine, we're blocking YouTube channels connected to Russia Today and Sputnik across Europe, effective immediately. It'll take time for our systems to fully ramp up. Our teams continue to monitor the situation around the clock and take swift action. So it's like, okay, so the liberal left is now banning Russia Today and
we
Sputnik
beat this
because I
level.
guess they're
This is a user-made level. Sorry.
Russian, and therefore it's bad, right? But I thought censorship was bad. But then we see that Discord, which was recently bought by Microsoft, has just amended its terms of service to say that you are prohibited from sharing false or misleading information known as misinformation. So censorship is okay as long as it's misinformation, right? But then we see over here, what kind of misinformation are they banning? Well, they're banning Putin saying that they're fighting a denazification war against Ukraine.
Ваши отцы, деды и прадеды.
That's not
не для
true.
того
There are no
сражались с
Nazis, no
нацистами,
neo-Nazis in the
защищая
Ukrainian
нашу общую
army.
родину,
Don't worry
чтобы
about that.
сегодняшние неонацисты
Don't worry about
захватили
that,
власть
guys.
в Украине.
Fake news.
Вы
Fake
давали
news.
присягу на верность
Fake
украинскому
news.
народу, а не
Alright.
антинародной хунте, которая грабит Украину и издевается над этим самым народом.
And to repeat that into English, he says, "Dear comrades, speaking to Ukrainian soldiers, your fathers, grandfathers, and great-grandfathers did not fight defending our motherland," referring to the USSR, "for today's neo-Nazis," referring to the Azov battalion, "to seize power in Ukraine. We took an oath of allegiance to the Ukrainian people and not to the anti-people junta that robs and harasses its own people," referring to the Zelensky government. But then it's like, okay, well, I thought Putin was Hitler. Here's a picture of Putin dressed up as Hitler. That must mean that he's lying. Well, then we see that Facebook has recently publicly stated that you are allowed to praise the neo-Nazi Azov battalion only in the context of defending Ukraine. So it's like, okay, now we're permitted to praise Nazis, but only in the context of them defending Ukraine against the Nazis that are saying that they're the actual Nazis. So I'm on some kind of next level mindfuck right here. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But wait, these are the actual Ukrainian soldiers. Here we have an old Jewish man with a long beard in Odessa fighting for Ukraine. But that doesn't make any sense. I thought he was a Nazi. And then we see Linus Linkavika saying Putin's denazification in the suburbs of Kiev, and you can see that the city of Kiev has been decimated, and these buildings are all collapsing. So it's like, wait, we shouldn't be blowing up cities if we're denazifying it. But wait a minute, in the Battle of Berlin, didn't we completely level Berlin? So I guess it's okay to level cities, to denazify it sometimes, but not other times. If only.
To denazify it, they treat it like a bunch of
There was
cockroaches
someone,
or bugs. We're just gonna gas
who
the
could
area.
cut through all this and make sense of it. Enter 1800, early 1900s German philosopher Carl Schmitt, who says, the specific political distinction to which political actions and motives can be reduced is that between friend and enemy. Just keep that in mind. None of this matters. It's all bullshit. They're all fighting for your brain, but it's good guy, bad guy, friend, enemy, and that's it. In fact, I would actually suggest, I swore off video games for Lent.
I swore off video games?
And I don't know, I haven't done Lent in like 20 years, but I decided to do it. Because I've been playing too many video games. Since CK3. I said, I'm not going to play any more CK3, I'm going to read a book today. So I picked up the concept of political Wednesday, and I read it in one sitting. It's 60 pages. I would actually strongly suggest it in case you have any interest in political philosophy. And I found his points very persuasive. In particular, at the end, last paragraph, the point seems very obvious that there aren't really good and bad. You can make arguments if one side is good or better, but really each side is a friend and it has enemies, and that's all there is to it. But he explains the liberal, because liberals will say that actually we're good. Fascism is bad. Fascism for equal liberalism. No war. War is bad, and we use the economy to resolve issues and so on. He explains, if I'm allowed to read, for the application of such means, a new and essentially pacifist vocabulary has been created. War is condemned, but executions, sanctions, punitive expeditions, pacifications, protection of treaties, international pleas, and measures to assure peace remain. The adversary is thus no longer called an enemy, but a disturber of peace, and is thereby designated to be an outlaw of humanity. A war waged to protect or expand economic power must, with the aid of propaganda, turn into a crusade and into the last war of humanity. This is implicitly the polarity of ethics and economics, a polarity astonishingly systematic and consistent. But this allegedly non-political and apparently even anti-political system serves an existing or newly emerging friend and enemy grouping and cannot escape the logic. It's the last paragraph of the entire book, and it talks, which was very prescient because this was written like 1923, before the Second War even happened. And Schmitt is interesting because he's like the only card-carrying NSDAP member who managed to survive the reputation of being a Nazi and still be taken seriously. Because this is true. What he's saying is that we no longer have war enemies. We have. There's
also things where our own, or at least the U.S. House of Representatives, wouldn't work with. Was it Arkhov or our? What is the group called over there in Ukraine? Arzov? I don't know. I forgot what the group is called. But it wouldn't work with them because they are like neo-Nazis. I mean, dude, Ukrainian forces have legit neo-Nazis in their group. Do with that what you will. Okay. Some will be like, oh, that's base. Some will be like, oh, that's fucked up. Whatever. Well, I think it's hilarious that you get these woke-ass libtards to want to go over there to fight on behalf of Ukraine, shoot some commie bastards coming from Putin. Also, dude, I think that's fucking base. I don't know why Josh is trying to wake people up on this. Keep the gaslight on, brother.
Of disturbers of the peace. We're not, and even Putin says that we're not at war. Right. We're simply having a special military operation to denazify our neighboring country. It's not a war. You misunderstand. So what do we level against the Russians? We say that we are going to sanction you. So let's take a look at this sanctioning that we're doing. First off, the ruble has dropped so much that the market cap of Bitcoin is now higher than the value of all the rubles. The market cap of the Russian ruble is now worth less than the Bitcoin. And every company from IKEA to fucking OnlyFans has decided to stop doing business in Belarus and Russia. Russian porn stars moaning. after they're banned from OnlyFans during the Ukraine invasion. And OnlyFans has shown such support for the Ukrainian sex workers, which they exploit ruthlessly for money, that they've changed their logo color in yellow and blue. Isn't that wonderful? Google Pay, of course, because they've been kicked off SWIFT, which if you listen to me rant about the banking system and all, you would know that SWIFT is the international chain system that's based out of the U.S. SWIFT is so tightly controlled by the United States, for example, that when an art dealer in Switzerland sold art to a buyer, a collector in the Netherlands, the U.S. recognized that the art being sold was technically belongs to the Jews, because everything after World War II, a lot of art was allegedly stolen by Nazis, so you're not allowed to buy and sell that art because it belongs to Jews, collectively. So Swiss guy says, fuck that, I'm selling it to somebody in the Netherlands. The U.S. gets a word of that and says, no, you're not doing that. And they cancel the transaction on SWIFT because they own SWIFT. So two completely private parties in two different countries, neither of which are the U.S. U.S. gets to decide, no, you don't get to do that. Well, now the U.S. has gotten to decide that the entire country of Russia and everybody who's Russian does not get to participate in SWIFT. And Google and Apple have to obey that. So Google Pay and Apple Pay have completely banned Russia from using their services. And we see a line in Moscow. From what I've actually been told, it's not uncommon to see lines this long in Moscow. But all these people are having issues paying for their tickets because they usually use Google Pay, and right now they're not allowed to. Here, it's another type of sanction, which is sillier. Russian pet owners, cat breeders, are now prohibited from attending this year's cat. What do you call cat shows? I guess usually they're dog shows. Not allowed to bring your Russian kitty cats to the cat shows because Putin bad. Likewise, if you are in Milan, you might have heard that the University of Milan considered banning teaching Fyodor Dostoevsky from their philosophy classes because he's Russian, and they were going to replace him with a different Ukrainian author instead. And they reversed this because it was so actually fucking insane that people made fun of them for it. But that was on the table. There's
this war hasn't even lasted that long.
A musician who was in Germany, and I can't remember where in Germany, but his career is basically over because Munich. He was going to be in Munich in a.
Look, man, and these are the same motherfuckers that tell you that us rounding up Japanese, putting them in internment camps is wrong. We would do the same thing tomorrow if it was the Japanese like causing wars and shit. So anytime you hear one of those woke ass bastards motherfuckers try to scold you and school you about how you should feel in ethics and morality, tell them that they're fucking bullshit from the top on down, starting with Vosh. Fucking hypocrite. You'd be rounding up the Japs that ever bombing random people or killing random people. You'd be doing that shit if Japan tried to invade China, which would be fucking stupid. They don't have a standing military. But let's say they fucking did. They'd be rounding up the fucking Japs left and right. Piece of shit, hypocrite motherfuckers. Now that's the hypocrisy that really pisses me off. Because I like the virtual signal on the fucking soapbox.
A showing, and the mayor of Munich asked him to publicly denounce Putin, and he refused. So his career is also being fucked with because there is now a purity test to do anything if you're Russian and you're overseas, which I'm sure is the objective is to make the people of Russia so unhappy that they do something about Putin. But if that actually happens, probably not. In fact, it's probably going to irritate people to be like, wait a second, why are we so thoroughly owned by the United States? Do we have to be? And there is a YouTuber who I watched today, NFKRS. I've never heard of him until recently. But he was kind of showing how these sanctions have impacted him, and one of the things that he said, which was interesting to me, is that as a YouTube creator, he is paid by AdSense and Patreon. And to get money from AdSense and Patreon, he has to use Swift. Well, he's banned from Swift right now, so he has money piling up in Patreon and AdSense that he cannot use because he can't collect it. So he's asked people, he's opened for the first time cryptocurrency wallets, which he's put in the description, so people who want to support him, have cryptocurrency instead can send them crypto, because he can't accept cash donations because he's been himself from the entire country of Russia has essentially been given the Kiwi free trade for Putin's actions.
I mean, that stuff sucks.
And then
But I
there's this
mean,
clip
like,
which
what
I'm
can
gonna
you do
play.
about
It's,
it? What can you do
subtitles
about it?
in Russian, but I find it funny.
Yeah, I know people want people in
Summon
fucking
up
COVID
efforts
camps.
at
You're
some
right. It doesn't matter what race you are. You be black. Dude, this was fucking warped about that shit. You can have like a Black Lives Matter shirt, be like Black Lives Matter praiser, but be advocating for black people to go into COVID camps because they don't have the fucking vaccine. But they don't see anything wrong with it. They don't. They're fucking tools, man. NPCs is waiting for a directive. That's all it is.
Биржевым стратегиям. Александр, здравствуйте.
Приветствую, добрый день, не говорю.
Да, никто уже сейчас не говорит. Биржевые стратегии сегодня это вообще атовизм или вы еще надеетесь в профессии остаться?
В крайнем случае я буду работать Дедом Морозом, как 25 лет назад.
Ну это раз.
Передаю привет Сергею Ющиченко, который пил 12 лет назад, 13 за смерть фондового рынка. Дорогой фондовый рынок,
Не буду комментировать этот флешмоб, не хочу там...
The gist of that joke is that they're a business channel with a Russian power there, and Putin, to stop the stocks from tanking and from the value of the ruble debasing, has frozen the value of exchange for the Russian ruble at a certain amount, and has also closed the Russian stock exchange. So these are stock analysts on a business channel drinking to the death of their careers because they have now been replaced by a stock market which does not exist, and they are having some deadpan humor.
Damn, dude. Oh,
very interesting. So that's the summary of the sanctions and how they're currently affecting people in Russia, and they may not care and they think they're in the wrong. There is some very interesting language about this, which I'll get into in a second. My thoughts is that this can go one of two ways. I don't know which is more likely, but I think that either A, this works, and Russia is collapsed, it's capitulated by the economic isolation that it's currently enjoying, with even Finland threatening to join NATO and Switzerland issuing its own sanctions on Russia. The U.S. is currently threatening to sanction countries that don't sanction Russia, so it's really trying to swing its dick as hard as it possibly can to punish a country for doing something that it does not like. And what it really is trying to do, as Carl Schmitt explained, again, the concept of this is to remove the use, or use, I don't know how to pronounce Latin. It's the use belli. It's the right of war. Does a country have a right to wage war? Besides the United States. The United States can wage all the war at once, but it considers it a police action. Does a country have a right to go to war?
Of course it does.
And if the answer is no, then it's not a country. Right? In the United States, states do not have the right to declare
Police
war.
Department,
the
USA.
The federal government can declare war. So the states are not sovereign. They do not have the use belly. They do not have the right to war. If the economic power that is the global homo, as it's called, the cathedral, if we can deprive a country of its ability to wage war, it ceases to be a country, and that is the end goal of our economic policy, is that everyone is under our umbrella. They are not able to commit war. If there needs to be a war, we have the UN police for that. We have our peacekeeping operations. It won't be a war. It will be a peacekeeping operation, and we'll take care of it for you. Don't worry.
Operation.
So
I like that. This is very base.
If we can't dissuade Russia economically, then we've once again allowed use belly to exist. There is a right to war, and that's very scary. People have enjoyed a peaceful Pax Americana, but that could be ending. And the other suspicion, the other way that this could swing, I believe, is that it doesn't work, and that Russia and China and India and all these other countries that fucking hate us, that have hated us for a long time, and do not appreciate
they hate us because they ain't us, though,
disarmed
right? I mean, that's
countries with no use belly, who are not independent under that definition, they will integrate economically, because Russia is not able to.
That's all there is, man.
Its supply chains are going to collapse, and the only option is for them to fill their quotas, their missing parts, with Chinese parts, and I think China wants that. So I don't know. I can't say for sure.
China manufactures most of everything. What are you talking about?
There is speculation that China will invade Taiwan. as this proceeds. But I mean, this is I think it's finally happening. I think it's finally happening. Where what I've been saying for a while, that countries don't appreciate the United States. They're done with it. They said, "You guys are retards.
Well,
you are
I know the Biden
nation.
administration is a
You can
fucking
barely
clown
take care
show,
of
but I
yourselves."
mean,
Even in Europe, the Germans and the French and the British, they all snub their nose at Americans and say, "You guys don't even have health care. What the fuck do you think you can do protecting the entire world?" It's like they hate us. And Russia doesn't appreciate us. China doesn't appreciate us. These countries don't want us.
but
to
who are
be
they going
the
to
world
side
police
with, though?
anymore.
I mean, come on.
And I think that America will soon stick around and try to get everybody in the world to be on its side and to sanction Russia, and then Russia will just find ways to plug the holes, and its economy will find a way to stabilize, and that's the other option.
I don't think it's
It
going
could
to
just
go
collapse.
that
It could
way.
shatter. Putin could be
I
ousted.
mean, they
but,
may hate us, but we have
I don't know which one's more likely, but that's how I
certain
see it.
interests
It's
in
the
line,
economy.
and there's bigger players out there that want to make sure certain things are done.
theory.
Where's a key card? When you need one?
And I think that's it. I think that's it for my political ramblings. Thank God, right? Now here, I'll take down the Alex Jones one. We're at Volunteers for Ukraine, but there's some funny stuff with this that I do enjoy. So, Volunteers for Ukraine subreddit set up to send retards
That's a funny subreddit.
to die for a foreign
That is a
country.
funny
Like,
subreddit
look,
for
Odessa
sure.
was nice, but it's not my fucking country. I don't speak Ukrainian. Good luck with all that shit, right? No, there is some misinformation to be on the lookout for. Will there be World War III? Probably not. No, I'm not going to bet. This is fake. These are various trannies, just so you know. But now remember that in the fog of war, and the name of this person is Token Feeder. I just noticed that.
Token feeder.
Remember that in the fog of war, people will likely refer to you by your gender assigned to you by birth. Make sure you wear a badge with your preferred pronouns so that you do not suffer unnecessary verbal violence and bigotry in the field. The last thing you want to hear is someone misgendering you as you bleed out after a firefight. Expect to encounter a lot of heteronormative language,
there has to be a
typically
troll
the
post right there.
chauvinist environment in which you will find yourself. Shouts like, "Watch out, lads," "Listen in, boys," and other microaggressions will wear you down as the white male-dominated armed forces attempt to erase your lived experience.
Wow.
If you can, be the change you want to see. You can do this by shouting, "They're coming from the south,"
Be the
or
change.
"Two possible BIPOC folks taking cover at your six."
I don't know
People
what
will
key card
respect
is
your
that.
efforts to be inclusive in the theater of war. Ultimately, silence is violence, and you'll want to be wanting as little additional violence as possible. Ma'am down. I hope they get captured by Chechens. There's no way this is a real post. I will leave that up to the viewer interpretation. This is, however, a real post. Jeremy Bowen, BBC, posts this picture of what looks like a couple kids dressed up for a nice Fortnite sleepover, a game of airsoft in the backyard after the winner chicken dinner. Actually, no, these are a bunch of 18-year-olds who have decided to fly over to Ukraine to fight a war. Prompted by Redditors, of course. And this is completely fucking real. These people are in Kyiv, and they are ready to lay down their lives for base
war they have nothing to do with.
alone. Here is another post. Serious, will this have a carryover for my military training once I get to Ukraine? He has 208 hours in squad and almost 1,000 in Arma 3. Now, people in the comments seem to be very positive. War is exactly the same as your video game, says Gropey. How many local languages do you speak? Jesus fucking Christ. No, says Ilne Paspont Pa, or whatever the fuck French name. Ignore troll posts, everyone. I will say,
I remember that post yesterday that we shared.
One thing, like, okay, everyone
With a
knows, like,
midget
in
with a
Call of Duty,
shotgun.
you don't just run around with, like, your SMGs in both hands going, bah, 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 and it's, like, super epic and cool, and you're, like, jumping over shit. Like, people know that. And people know that you don't respond in real life. But I think what a lot of people don't understand about war is how very boring boring it is. I don't think people appreciate that element the most. A lot of what you would see if you flew to Ukraine right now and joined the armed forces, they have a 3-day boot camp. They'll teach you how to reload a gun and eat and cook your MREs, and then they'll send you out to Kharkiv to fight for Ukraine. If you do this, you will be shocked by how much of your combat life will be waking up at a specific time, receiving orders, driving to that place, and waiting to be shot at. That
Or waiting to
people don't
shoot at
talk
other
about
people.
this.
I mean,
how
come
much
on,
of
man.
how much of your combat experience will be just waiting to be shot at? And even when people say, like, obviously your combat won't be like a video game, you don't respawn in real life, they never tell you how fucking boring it would be. Hurry up and wait. Exactly, Joe. Now, some people are not so gung-ho about dying for Ukraine, for whatever reason. This person, Northwind 4008, says, I want to help, but I need some clarity regarding LGBT rights in Ukraine. I want to help in
hilarious.
Ukraine, but I just looked up Ukraine's stance on LGBT issues. It's extremely bleak. He highlights, LGBT persons in Ukraine may face legal challenges not experienced by non-LGBT residents. Being intolerant of LGBT people in households headed by same-sex couples are not eligible for any of the same legal protections of opposite-sex couples. No legal recognition exists for same-sex marriage. Same-sex couples are explicitly banned from adopting. Transsexuality is classified as a psychiatric disorder in Ukraine.
Based.
85% of Ukrainians oppose same-sex marriage being recognized. And there
what's
are
wrong
no
with that?
legal grounds for same-sex marriage and civil partnerships in Ukraine. Big yikes, Northwind continues. Until I
Big
looked it up, I
yikes.
thought Ukraine was a progressive nation that protected LGBT rights and that Ukraine deserves help. But it seems Ukraine is rather homophobic and transphobic. Ukraine is not what I thought it was. I'd really like a reason to ignore Ukraine's stance.
I don't know. There's a way to beat
LGBT
this
rights
level.
and
I can't
issues.
find the
Thank you.
keys.
And this was deleted. Now, someone asked this man, asking this question, as a licker of Putin's ass, what rights do you have in Moscow? Helping Brother says, this is not your war, dude. And this isn't about the leaders, this is about the innocent people being killed, such as the 85% of people who don't want support same-sex marriage in Ukraine. Then there is Shalila20, who says, please don't let Putin distract you from issues that really matter. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. And attaches a lovely image that says, Ukrainian lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter. Very interesting hot take from Shalila that I don't see represented much. Now, here's some rhetoric that is interesting because
Take
I
that,
think
Ukraine.
it's
It
training.
doesn't fucking
This
matter.
is the same kind of shit they will
Oh,
be
there we
saying
go.
about you in the near future. And it could be fake. I'm just saying no. Just to reiterate, there is a war for your mind, and this could be a troll account
That is true.
was banned for trolling. But these blue check marks are probably not fake. Olga Tokuryok, I guess I don't know what the fuck kind of name that is, says, this is not only about Putin. Russian citizens are responsible for this war too, and the propaganda is insane, targeting even children like in this cartoon. Pure evil. Devil Strand says, at what point do you hold a people responsible for putting an evil despot in power? I can't make a simple distinction between Putin bad and Russian people neutral or good. And Michael McFall says, please listen to these quote-unquote oppressed Russians praising Putin's
It's not
war,
they
which
really
includes
vote.
killing
There's a
civilians
vote,
and
but it
bombing
don't
a
really
nuclear power
matter.
plant. And then explain to me why these taxpayers funding Putin's army bear no responsibility for this war. Is brainwash the only alibi? Very interesting. Though not everything is so bleak. Here's a really riveting post by the Washington Post that says, Ukraine war bonds are a chance to GameStop the evil empire, from Mark Gongloff from Bloomberg. Here's a nice picture of a Polish lady with Polish and Ukrainian flags painted orange. She says, stop Putin. So the girl says to stop Putin, so you can GameStop the evil empire here by buying Ukrainian war bonds. Vladimir Putin's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine induces a feeling of helplessness in people who are not fans of the autocracy or war crimes. We want to help, but short of strapping a rifle and heading to Kiev, there's not much we can do besides maybe turning on our Twitter avatars gold and blue. One classic way to alleviate this feeling is to send money, and people are donating to many charitable groups helping Putin's victims in Ukraine. People are donating lots of crypto too. This may feel like a dubious favor considering crypto's wild volatility, but most of the swings are upward these days. Speaking of, my man, Vladimir Putin and Zelensky are single-handedly saving Bitcoin, and God bless them. Look at those bumps. Look at those bumps, chat. Some have not been so lucky. It peaked at like 44, and now it's going back down. Because I think they were talking about how they should ban Bitcoin again because what is it?
So that's what
Bitcoin
Bitcoin's
is
going up?
being used to fund Putin or something around the
Bitcoin's going up?
sanctions or some bullshit reason. But there's always a bullshit reason to ban crypto if you really try hard enough. And there's also some nice song. I like this song. This song is about Turkish drones, which are bought by Ukraine. I always thought Turkey and Ukraine, or Turkey and Russia were pretty close, but Turkish drones were bought by Ukraine to be used against Russia, and they're unmanned drones, and they're being used against tanks, and apparently they're seeing some success, and Turkish people are fucking, like, super happy about how well their drones are doing in the war from Ukraine. So here's a nice song about them. We'll play a little bit of it.
Прийшли окупанти до нас в Україну, форма новенька, воєнні машини, та трохи поплавився їх інвентар. Байрактар. Байрактар. Російські танкісти сховались в кущі, щоб лаптя посорбати довбані щі, та трохи у щах перегрівся навар. Байрактар.
Look, I am more interested in really great music being produced as a result of this conflict than anything else. I just want some songs, chat. Alright, well, that's the Volunteers for Ukraine thing. It is pretty interesting. I imagine that there probably won't be that many people who head on over to Ukraine to commit themselves. Because, I mean, like, they don't even speak the language. How are you going to survive in a situation like that? When you're like...
They don't speak the language, won't be able to take any directives. Oh, don't worry, they'll speak English, brother. They'll speak English, brother. They'll speak a little bit of English to tell them, you tranny, you go over there. That's pretty much it.
These kids have no experience. They have no fucking idea. I guess they look vaguely Slavic. Maybe their grandparents were Ukrainian. I don't know. That's like the best case scenario. Like they speak Ukrainian at home or something, or Russian at home. And they're like, well, I guess we speak the language at least, so we can go on over. Well, good luck with that shit.
Good luck with that.
Now, there is someone, chat, who has bravely held the line in Ukraine this entire time, since before I got there till after I left.
Take a long time to get to Coach Rip Hill.
He is the man, the myth, the legend, the grandpa of Kharkiv, Coach Red Pill, a doddering old man who has found himself in an active war zone, who just a week before the war was declared was saying there would not be a war in Ukraine, there would not be a war in Ukraine. He was so certain that there would not be a war in Ukraine, he flew out from Kharkiv to Kiev and left his small children and wife behind in a city very close to
he left his family behind, man.
Eastern border of Ukraine to Russia, to Kiev, which is a mere 50 kilometers south of Belarus, where they're deploying from as well. And he found himself stuck in Kiev as war were declared and the airspace was shut down, and also the railroads as well. He has also enjoyed, as a result of this, a large amount of publicity. And I'm debating how much I'm going to preface this. Let's see. Actually, I want to play this video, I believe. Do I have this video loaded? I don't.
What happened?
Okay.
The game froze.
Let me pop it in real quick.
The game legit froze. Fuck. The game froze.
Here.
The game fucking froze, man. That was a good firefight.
All the System Pig journalists are here. See? All these people, They're all system pig
All right, let's
journalists.
put this on full screen.
They're all like, here to report on how they led Ukraine up the
Be right
garden
back, I'm gonna
path,
take a piss.
and now Ukraine is fucked. Yeah, the people pushing the narrative. These are the people pushing the narrative. So you can see them real good. Yeah. And the best part is that they're all staying at a 5-star hotel, a comfy 5-star hotel, while they led Ukraine up the garden path.
Okay, now if you were listening, you would hear the chatter, and you would notice that the chatter died as he started talking. That is not ironic. He's not like just talking to himself. He's in the middle of a room, a nice dining room, and there are all these people around him, and he's just like panning the camera around and shouting that they're pigs, and they can all hear, and they're staring at him. This one guy, he waves, I think.
People pushing the narrative. These are the people pushing the narrative.
Where's the
you can
waver at?
See them real good.
Someone waves at him. I don't know where at, but it's
And
very
the best
interesting. And see, he's developed this weird term which is unique to Coach Red Pill. I've never heard anyone refer to journalists as system pigs, but it gets them in trouble. And there is a reason for this. That if he knew anything about Ukraine, I don't know. He can't even read the alphabet. You can learn to read Cyrillic so that you can understand a transliterated word. Like, for instance, pizza and sushi. If you go to, I'll do this.
All right, that was a pretty good piss. By the way, man, I'm actually disappointed that level froze up like that. That was actually a pretty legit, cool user-made map for Duke 3D. Very fun, very fun. Took me a while to find the key cards, but it was very fun. I like how they would bring in the spawn enemies whenever you go to the cards and all that shit. Anyway.
This right now, even go to Google, type in English to Russian, and I type in pizza and sushi.
I would probably play
Do
it
you see
again,
how
though,
different
to do
pizza
something in the
and
background
sushi
while
look
Josh is talking.
in Russian versus in the Latin script? But you can learn those characters very easily. He has lived there for years. He cannot read he could not read pizza and sushi. I don't know how the fuck he's managed to do this, but he has made no effort whatsoever, which really begs the question of why he's there at all. If he was like, okay, there's the fear, like you go to a country like Ukraine or Vietnam and you're like, I'm going to buy a wife, which essentially he has. So you might be afraid if you take her back to America right away, she'll just divorce you and leave, right? But now he has 2 kids, so the chances of her like just divorcing and leaving are very slim. And it's like, okay, maybe she has family in Ukraine, but why would
He has a
stick
mail
around
order
for
bride,
that?
but
Why not
he
just
went
go
to Ukraine
to
to
the
get
Russian
the bride. I
side,
thought
or
they're supposed
maybe
to be
Poland,
shipped out to you.
or whatever the fuck. Like, why stay in Ukraine? Because he obviously doesn't care about the people there. He doesn't care about the culture there. He doesn't care to learn the language there. Like, what the fuck does he get out of being in Ukraine? And apparently he doesn't know that anyone who has ever experienced the conversation between Russians and Ukrainians on the internet would know the fucking Ukrainian pig meme. At any time that they talk to each other, this is posted.
Внимание! В беседе обнаружен пододусеровый котлашвайн. Срочная эвакуация.
Anytime. There is no way you can avoid knowing what this is if you've ever been on the internet with Ukrainians and Russians talking to each other. So how does he not know that going around and talking to a bunch of Ukrainians and calling them pigs while being ostensibly pro-Russian is a really, really bad idea? Like, just shut the fuck up. Stop trying to impress your Twitter followers with your fucking videos, Grandpa. You're gonna get yourself killed. So he doesn't learn this lesson, very obviously. And what happens? Well, he's been posting all these videos about his perspective on the war, and what his perspective is that Ukraine is totally fucked. There is no resistance is futile. There's no point. Russia's going to win. They might as well roll over. And Zelensky is evil, and it's a regime. He keeps calling it the Zelensky regime. Completely anti-Ukrainian point of view. You may also know, if you are a Kino connoisseur, if you happen to know a lot about Coach, he has previously appeared on Russia Today. They are aware of who he is because he's a
Oh,
Westerner.
that's right, he did, he did.
Ostensibly, he's from Chile.
Crazy.
Who has an anti-West perspective, which is very valuable if you're a propaganda outlet like Russia Today is. So they've had him on to espouse his point of view against the U.S. empire, which I empathize with. But they pulled his recent videos of him talking about the war, and they edited them together into like a 6-minute clip, which he says was much more pro-Putin than he intended to be. But that causes issues for him, unsurprisingly. So I have that video as well, and we're going to skim through it.
All right.
Where is Tiffany Dover? If you can hear
Have
me
some
properly, I
timestamps for
appreciate
this.
it.
7:09.
Extremely big cup of coffee, because I started smoking again because of the situation, and I'm stressed out, and I'm there at the smoking lounge, and the hotel manager, whom I'd never met before, a very well put together guy. He seemed like a very capable man. He showed up. He greeted me. He knew who I was exactly. I thought that I didn't quite understand what was going on. And he identified himself as the manager, and I shook his hand automatically. And I thought maybe he had news as to how to get to Kharkov, because I was stuck in Kiev. For those of you who don't know, I was stuck in Kiev. I arrived on Wednesday afternoon, thinking that the war would not start for at least a couple of weeks, and I had some business that I had to take care of in Kiev, and I was only going to go for a couple of days. I was going to fly in on Wednesday afternoon and fly out on Friday afternoon. In fact, I even debated whether to fly out on Thursday afternoon. But it doesn't matter, because on Thursday morning, 5 a.m., bright and early, the Russians invaded Ukraine. And so I was stuck in my hotel. And when my hotel ended, I'd only booked it for a couple of nights. I booked 7 nights, right off the bat, and thinking to myself that probably it'll last even longer.
He's so bad at telling the story. Like, I even clipped these to reduce them down. And he's such a grandpa. God bless him. He's got like a really grandpa way of telling the story. Like, okay, grandpa, you went to the hotel and then blah blah blah.
He does take forever.
Like, well, just get to the fucking
His
point.
ramblings are kind of like on par with mine.
This is
Pretty
not even
bad.
an hour and 45 minutes of you telling the story.
The hotel staff, they were very helpful and pleasant, and it was all very, very nice. And I had a couple of run-ins with press people that I've discussed in my Telegram channel. Basically, the press people, a lot of the more highfalutin press people, they were all at the warehouse, and they were all just so arrogant. And what I hated in particular, there was one man, a big guy, bigger than me. I mean, like a good 2-3 inches bigger than me, and maybe 40 pounds heavier, carrying a camera and looking with that smug, arrogant face. And the man at the reception desk, the employee who didn't need to be there but was there, right? Well, this photographer or whatever he was, this big guy from the press, he was berating the guy at the hotel front desk, and berating him because he couldn't get outside or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. And I was like, dude, and I said to him these words.
He said to him these words.
Внимание! В беседе обнаружен пододусеровый котлашвайн. Срочная эвакуация.
He basically picked a fight with this guy and called him a system pig.
He's trying to help you system pig.
Like, what a fucking idiot. I really can't even believe it. And I really wish I had picked in timestamps for all these things, because like, I can't remember how much he fucking meanders in these little tidbits I'm trying to get.
To warrant this. And he said something that I didn't understand. He said that he didn't want to have any Putin propagandist in his hotel.
Oh, okay. So I clipped. Okay,
Yeah, this is how he got kicked out of the
I clipped at
hotel.
7:09, hotel manager evicts coach, and then at 11:20, get out of hotel. So at 7:09, he mentions that the big guy, the manager, comes up and starts talking to him, and then he meanders for 4 fucking minutes because he's a helpless old man with mental health issues. Because he's got dementia.
Dude, he does have mental health issues.
And then finally at 11:20, he gets to
soon.
this where he mentions that he's being evicted from the hotel.
Heavy. That's real goddamn heavy. You know what I mean? And so I was like, what the hell are you talking about, right? Because I've done a lot of content on the war, of course, but I don't think, I mean, you guys tell me if you think that I'm a Putin propagandist just for pointing out things that are actually happening and that how things are going Putin's way, whether we like it or not. I mean, irrespective of where we stand on Putin, well, objectively, he's winning. He's winning this war decisively and extraordinarily quickly. And, you know, to pretend otherwise is just foolish, right? So anyway,
okay, to sum this up, he is, what's that 2014? What did I clip at 2014? It just says, how does this happen? How did this happen?
Benway and I talked through this whole situation. And I was like, what the fuck happened? I mean, how the fuck did this guy think that I'm some sort of Putin apologist from the content that I was putting up? Because most of it was just geopolitical analysis or, you know, man on the street kind of stuff, you know? I mean, I'm walking around and this is, you know, here's this, here's that, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I figured at the time, and I was talking to Benway, that it must have been some troll, either a Ukrainian guy who's just pissed off at me and pissed off that Ukraine is losing the war, or just some asshole troll. And, you know, I got lots of enemies, lots of people who can't stand me. I mean, it's lots
He
of
explains.
Dude, he
that
thinks he has
Russia Today
ninjas coming
aired
after
this
him.
clip.
He thinks he has
I'll
paid
summarize that.
assassins
Like, I
coming
really
after him.
regret not putting end time sentence because, like, he'll start a sentence and say, like, so how did this happen? Well, I was talking to a friend, and then he starts rattling off about the fucking guy that he met and how long he's known him and things that they've talked about together and the time they went out for ice cream and how good the ice cream was and how nice the service was at the ice cream parlor they went to and how excellent everyone was there and how great the ice cream was and how he wishes he could go back and get some ice cream, but he can't because the railways are closed. Oh, and then he talked to this guy and he said, "Oh, it's because Russia Today aired the media footage." Like, bro, come on, Abuelo, you can wrap it up, Grandpa. You can figure this out. Okay, there's another clip. I'm trying to bash through these. I feel bad now. It's like I really should have like fucking edited these down.
blanket reaching out to everybody, help me, please, kind of thing. And yeah, so it must have been like 11:30 in the morning, like around 4:30, close to 5. He texts me back, "Hey, dude, what's it going? How's it going? Blah blah." And we start chatting, DMing, and I said, you know, I'm stuck here. I can't get out of Kiev, you know, and go back to Kharkov. And he's like, "What are you talking about? You can go out by train." And I'm like, "No, you can't." And he's like, "Yes, you can." And I'm like, "No, you can't." And he's like, "Dude, do you speak Russian?" Fair point. Low blow, but fair point. Anyway, long story short, he took the trouble to find out about the train schedules and whatnot. He sent me the information. And the thing is, see, when the war broke out, they canceled all the flights and they canceled all the trains. But they had restarted the trains. Okay?
Restarted the
and this is very
trains.
interesting,
Okay.
it seems to me, because the trains are operating not normally, but they're operating and they're running to and fro all over the country. And my assistant moved ahead and got me tickets for a trip from Kiev to Kharkov.
That's weird. Glitched to the wall.
You know, and long story short, I messaged my friend who lent me the apartment and told him, "Dude, thanks so much, but I'm not gonna need it because I'm going to Kharkov." And he said, "Dude, you're fucking insane. You know, the Russians are gonna blow up your."
That's where my family's at. You need to get your family out of there.
Kharkiv because the trains were closed, and then my friend told me, "Oh, the trains aren't closed." So I told the guy that I made arrangements with, "Sorry, I appreciate it, but I'm going back to Kharkiv because the trains are actually working." Oh, and then he was very incredulous that I was doing that. Like that's the story, and it took him like 2 minutes to. Fuck it, I'm gonna. Grandpa, I'm sorry, I'm showing this picture. You have made me do it. This is a picture. This is why he wears the hat. Why is he wearing the hat in this picture? Because when he doesn't wear the hat, this is what he looks like. Look at him. Look at him, chat. He's old. He's old. He looks like a mad scientist.
He
like
does.
a fucking cartoon character in Mad Scientist. Look at how old he is, chat. This is why he can't tell a story. This is
looks like Dr. Wiley.
This is the man who's trying to convey information to you, and I'm trying to clip him, and it's not working. Chat, it's killing me. Okay, 2718.
The signs, those signs were, some of them were illuminated, not all of them, some of them, even though the ones that were not illuminated had a train. It was a little weird. And there was this one big advertisement in the middle of the station that was fully lit with like spotlights on the advertisement. I don't know what the advertisement was for, because it was like, it was like a pretty girl and like written material. I don't read Cyrillic, so I have no idea what the hell it was. But
I clipped that just because it kills me. How does he not know the alphabet? Even I barely know anything, and I can still read it. And if it's a word that's like transliterated,
Because Josh, you're trying.
from
Coach Red Pill's not trying.
English
How about
or,
that?
or whatever into Russian, I can still understand it because
He doesn't think he
when I
has to
pronounce it in my
read.
head,
How
I know
about
what it
that?
is. That's really useful. It's really useful to know that. And how he's managed to avoid, I guess, because he's got his wife, he doesn't have to know the language.
Exactly. He has a mail order bride that he actually went over there to see.
But he has like no independence.
You're supposed to ship him over to your house. But whatever.
Okay, 2018-10. Oh, this is the other one that kills me.
so I'm hopping on my train and I'm off, and the whole time I don't have any internet, okay? Now, I don't have any internet because for a very stupid reason. This phone that I'm using right now, I'm using it to talk to you guys. Well, it turns out that I had a chip in it from the Netherlands, but that chip doesn't work in the network here in Ukraine. And I never got bothered to get a Ukrainian chip.
He has been there for years. He has been in Ukraine for fucking years. How does he not have a Ukrainian phone number? How the fuck does he not have a Ukrainian phone number? The first thing I do when I go to a country, when I go to Serbia, when I go to Ukraine, I find the fucking, like,
mail order
they sell
bride does
SIM
everything
cards,
for me, Peel.
prepaid SIM cards for your fucking telephone in these countries, and out of a vending machine. They're not regulated. You just go to a vending machine, you put in like $20 of whatever currency, and then they give you a SIM card. How the fuck do you not get a phone number?
That's it.
It's crazy. I even have like a fancy like SIM card tray on my phone that has like 3 different SIM cards, so I can fit in multiple numbers. I still have my US number. It's just fucking wild. Oh, you know what it is? That's why. I have multiple SIM cards. He shows his phone. He still uses a flip phone.
Let me do a quick
Abuelo
shout out for
still
everybody.
is on a.
Okay, you know what's more important? Giving recognition to you guys who are here. ZXVO, ET Templar. Everybody else is, I guess, watching the main one. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Oh, shit. How you guys doing?
A fucking 2008 flip phone that probably only has 1 SIM card slot. So we can't get a multiple lines. That's fucking wild. I didn't even think about that. Okay, and then my last clip, I think I tuned out after this. I tried to listen to as much as possible, because it is kind of interesting. But
My commentary had been used by this Russian TV network. And that's the reason that the manager at the hotel kicked me out of the hotel.
oh, he finally gets to that. He finally explained.
Because, this piece, I saw it, by the way. It's 6 minutes, 43 seconds, I believe. And
This is my
it's in
kind of room
Russian
right
with
here.
no subtitles. And when I speak like in the background and somebody else translates. And I showed it to a couple of Russian speakers, and they said that they were like, the visceral hatred of it, number one, and that, yeah, I come across as a Putin stooge. And I'm like, oh, man, I mean, shit. Okay, and so I've put disclaimers on my channel, on my Telegram, on my Patreon, telling everybody that I'm not paid by anybody. I've never been
full
paid
damage
by anybody.
control.
I've never been sponsored by anybody, by a company or a government or an NGO. Never. Okay. The only income I've ever received from my hobby is Google AdSense and getting paid by subscribers who are just audience members who like my content and want me.
I wonder if this is what I hope it is. I'm trying to find something.
Oh, and something else happened too.
I was gonna buffer. The buffer farms. I need to fix the multimedia. One day I'll get an actual connection, then I can actually stream videos reliably.
Oh, and something else happened too. Yeah, that some Chechen leader. I want to meet this guy. Some Chechen leader also saw the video and thought it was aces. Okay, like, if a Chechen leader thinks that you're cool, I mean, those fuckers, man, they're made of hardwood, right?
That's right, the Chechen leader.
Because his video caught the attention of a Chechen leader who was leading like the Russian military in the south, and I think he had an interview with this guy. I'm pretty sure. Is this who I think it is? No, it's not. But essentially what ended up happening to Coach Red Pill is the fucking military showed up at his house while he was streaming this. I was in the chat. I was reading the chat. There were people in his chat saying that they had $10,000 of Bitcoin. If you could tell him where he lives right now, they would pay you for that information. Like, there was people actively hunting him or saying they were hunting him in the chat. And then, you could just say, oh, that's trolls or whatever. But
I thought it was just trolls.
In one of his videos that, or on Telegram, that army men, people in fatigue, showed up at his apartment complex, going around asking people if they knew him or if they knew where he lived. And then after that, he fled the country.
I don't know who that
news
chick
reports
is.
came out
I
that he
never
died.
know.
Those are fake. He apparently
Playing
fled
this on
Ukraine.
PC,
He's no
of
longer in
course.
Ukraine. He has
It's
taken
modded.
his family and fled
Attrition
the country.
mod. It's pretty fun.
Because people in military
recommend.
uniform showed up at his apartment complex trying to find him. And I don't know how he escaped. I don't know if he hid in the closet and his family lied for him and said that he was still in Kiev or what.
He actually had.
But he might have narrowly escaped being executed.
I thought it was just ramblings of a madman.
Can't keep his fucking mouth shut. So I don't know where he's going. I guess he's going to the Netherlands as a refugee. He's a Ukrainian refugee now.
Whatever.
Really interesting. Really interesting stuff. He is still in his hometown.
Do you guys really
He's still in
believe he was
Kharkiv.
being
He
hunted
says that he
down?
left,
Press 1.
Kharkiv.
For my 5 watchers. By the way, I like the
I'm
5
pretty
watchers.
sure.
I think you guys are the best.
I guess he could be lying.
You guys are great.
I'm trying to find it, the message.
I'm a little drunk already.
I mean, the rest of this video, by the way, the reason why I tuned out is because the rest
Had
of it
some
is just him
fireballs
reaffirming
already.
what he's saying. He's just reiterating that Putin is going to win, that the resistance is futile, the Ukrainians don't have a chance in hell. Every time he refers to Zelensky, he refers to it as the Zelensky regime.
Evil
He
regime.
parrots the Russian line word for word. So you could see how people currently fighting for their country would be pretty pissed off at this man living in their country who has taken advantage of the hospitality of their country for the last however long. He mentioned that he claimed that the Ukrainian military were hiding artillery in apartment building complexes to have Russia forced to strike civilian targets and shit.
What? That's so crazy.
I mean, basically just the Russian line, word for word. I don't know how we can say that he's not aligned with Russia. I don't know. I really don't know what he's doing. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't know if he's hoping that Russia will win and they'll take everything east of the Dnieper and he'll
Dude, hold on, let me
hailed
pause,
as
let me
a
pause
hero
this. I
by
don't know
the
if he's gonna
Russians
get
and
to
Chechens.
this,
I
but,
really have no fucking idea what he's going for.
There was a post that Coach Redpill put out there where he was saying that, okay, it's on my features on a Telegram chat. You can believe me or you not. I know Mr. Deadman, what is lies, what is jokes, what is true. I don't know. You can look it up for yourself. This is true. This is what Coach Redpill said. And on his Telegram chat, he made it where you can use emojis or something now, reactions. But he said that you can only use your thumb using your phone to use Telegram. Because if you use your fingers, the phone will sense it, the app will sense it, and it will erase all your data. This weird schizo paranoid shit. Okay, weird shit. Anyway.
He's just kind of an old man. He doesn't have any idea. He doesn't even, and it's really weird because he's 50. I don't know how old he is. His birthday is on February 29th apparently. So he's only a fourth the age that he looks apparently. But
you guys talk about college.
So he has
chat?
really young kids, under 10, and I imagine
Whoa,
his wife
whoa,
is
whoa,
probably
whoa,
really young
whoa.
because he probably just
These
bought
guys
one.
are annoying.
And he's just going to put them in danger so that he can be an internet refugee. He's 54. Just turned 54. 54th birthday was
Oh
after.
shit, he's still alive.
the
I
declaration
thought he wasn't.
Special
I'm
military
dead,
operations. So yeah, that's the Coach Red Pill update. He's currently at his peak. He's gaining hundreds of thousands of subscribers and shit. And like pro-Russian people are flocking to him, and everyone, like Ukrainians, are watching him because they want to kill him, and he's ecstatic about the attention, basically. He said in his thread, "I partake of your women, I eat your food, and pollute your nation with my Fight Club cult." That's true. Here's some fan art. Actually, I have this picture. This was the KGB FSB agent of Gonzalo Ruble, sneaking around Kiev using his toothpicks to sabotage military operations. Every Ukrainian must be on the lookout for the grandpa of Kharkiv, because he will sabotage all of your military equipment. Your tank won't start because you can't put the
Like some
key in
MacGyver
because
shit.
there's toothpicks stuck up in it. You won't be able to unlock your MRE, like your storage boxes, because the locks will be fucked with. Everything will have toothpicks in it, and it's so bad.
Why toothpicks?
Kharkiv is so successful that they're now actually issuing gum to everyone fighting there, so that when and if they encounter a toothpick in a lock, they can take some gum and pull it out. It's now necessary. It's now necessary as part of their rations, because otherwise everything would be completely dismantled. They have to counter it.
Damn. Oh shit.
Oh. So that's my attempt to find some humor in this, because I don't know. I'm not particularly pro either side. I do. It's complicated. I mentioned a while back that I went to Pridnestrovia, which is known in English as Transnistria, but they don't like that name because they said the Nazis came up with it. And the issue is that during the USSR, the USSR moved a lot of ethnic Russians throughout the Soviet Union. That's why there were Russians in Königsberg, which is now called Kaliningrad. There's Transnistria itself, which is a breakaway state in Moldova, is mostly ethnic Russian, even though it's a part of Moldova.
Okay.
Everything east of Dnieper and south along the Black Sea is ethnic Russian. There's ethnic Russians in Bulgaria. There's ethnic Russians all throughout former USSR. So the main issue is that these countries, because they have an issue where their country has multiple ethnicities and multiple languages, exactly like in the U.S. And as we know from the U.S., that when you have a country that is diverse, you have issues between those communities.
Damn, that's all it takes.
Not any different when it's Ukrainian Russian or Moldovan and Russian.
To the secret.
So they have issues, and then the other side, the Moldovan side and the Ukrainian side, become nationalist. And in Ukraine, after Crimea was taken from Ukraine, there was Ukrainian nationalism, and like everything has two sides. Crimea was given to Ukraine when it was just the Ukraine, it was a part of the USSR, before they became independent, and they kept it when the USSR dissolved. Well, it's almost entirely ethnic Russian and Tatar people. So Russia takes that back, and it's like no hard feelings, I guess, because it's almost all Russian. But then Ukraine becomes nationalist, and then the ethnic Russians feel like they're being oppressed because their language becomes secondary, and Ukrainian is propped up.
So it's messy. Of course it's
Putin
messy.
says that he's going to protect the ethnic Russians.
Sounds like
Ukraine
more
and
like
Moldova.
they need to handle it and not us get involved.
I mean, the other side is that those people shouldn't be there to begin with. The USSR put them there,
but
to divide and conquer these subject nations, and that's also true.
Then you have NATO purposefully expanding and doing things to squeeze Putin, squeeze Russia all the way to the line. I mean, there's the motive here. The motive here is the Cold War was never over. They want to destroy Russia. They want to destroy Russia completely. But I might be wrong there. What do I know, right?
So it's difficult. It's easy to fence it on the issue unless you just look at it as democracy versus fascism, which is
I only hate
a fucking retarded take. It's just wrong. It's just. It is a propaganda line. The
I just
issue is
like
very
Mersh
complicated,
as well.
and it's also interesting to think that Ukraine has never been a country for most of history. Ukraine is almost like a construct. There are Ukrainian people. There is a Ukrainian language, but Ukraine did not exist as a country before 1991. It was always a part of
things that are construct
something. It was a part of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Was a part of the Russian Empire. Was a part of the USSR. Ukraine is new. It's a very young country. even if the culture and people are not. Just like Finland, though. Finland and the Finnish people and the Finnish language, that existed for a very long time before it became a country called Finland. So I don't know. It's just frustrating to see. It's what frustrates me is not that people disagree with me. It frustrates me to see millions of people across the world in various degrees of respectability and various degrees of prestige reducing everything to like a black and white situation that isn't even reflective of reality. It is not fascism versus democracy. It's a very complicated region, and it always has been, and it always will be. And it makes me sad to see people turn off their brains and just say Putin bad, because it's much deeper than that, Chad. Yeah, it's complicated, and it's very sad.
Send everything I
and
had.
whenever you if you watch any of the Russian YouTubers who talk about life, they're not like ultra nationalists. They're very sad that it's like Slav on Slav violence, white on white violence. People should be not happy about it, but they are, because even on the other side, like the Poltard side, they're able to reduce it as Ukraine just being a Jewish puppet and Putin being, the reincarnation of Hitler, who's bringing back the Third Reich and saving white people from global homo. Even though Putin is saying that's a denazification word, then they justify it by saying, no, he's just saying that to troll the West. And it's like, it's
even
not
polls
that
being
simple.
played. Honestly,
you're
everyone's being
wrong.
played.
You're just believing what you want to believe at that point. That's not what's happening. Anyways, I apologize. I apologize for my opinions. I feel bad for. I have to vent at some point. I have to vent and say, look, I have complicated thoughts, and I can't post them. I can't post them on my website because it's full of Putin shills who fucking hate me. Look, I tried saying that Ukraine. Oh, here's a fun fact I didn't even mention. Did you know that Ukraine had nukes? Everyone seems to know this now. After the USSR dissolved, Ukraine had a ton of nukes. They couldn't really use them, but they had them, which was a deterrent. And then USA came in and said, hey, we're trying to denuclearize everyone. You want to give up your weapons? If you give up your weapons, we'll protect your sovereignty forever. And Ukraine was like, okay, well, we don't want to really have these nuclear weapons to begin with. So you'll protect us, USA, and we'll give up our nuclear weapons. And the USA was like, yep, that's exactly right. 20 years later, hey, we're being invaded. Some shit.
What, Skin Josh alive?
Nukes, you fucking retard.
Damn, I don't
Why would you
hate
give
him.
up your nukes, you faggots?
Is he really a pedo? If he's really a pedo, then sure,
Justin,
yeah.
yes.
I don't know. If he's a pedo, all pedos get the rope, man.
Bye-bye. I'll sanction them. Bye-bye.
Might be Michael Jackson. I might like your music, but you get the rope. Okay?
Okay,
But
I'm
he's
done.
already dead.
Did I miss anything? I don't want to. I don't know. I'm sure other stuff happened. It's Woman Month, It's Woman Month, but
it is
I'll
Women
share
Month,
this.
isn't
I
it?
do have. I have a based Woman Month post, and then I'll find some stuff for next week, and we'll have a good Woman Month stream, talking about the real women. Here we go. Here's a woman post from Sus Pink Mercy as a little teaser for some content we can find for next week.
That's fine.
Female body language
good
tips and RMTF.
Chernikov.
This is what they think. This is what they think would be what makes you a woman.
What
this
makes
is what
you
makes
a
you
woman?
a woman. You ready?
Okay.
So Psychologically Pure says, make your butt jiggle when you walk. Step 1 to being a woman, make sure your ass jiggles. That is,
you could just be a fat ass for that. You could be a
to
fat
being
ass man.
A woman on the internet, or in the real world, not on the internet. Saved Water Drank Beer says, do more hand gestures by bending your elbows rather than moving your whole arms. Cross your legs by nesting your knees instead of crossing your ankle over your thigh. Keep your back straight and poke your chest out more. No Moose says, hand movements while you're talking. If you gesticulate like a limp-wristed homosexual, you're more effeminate.
I thought these were stereotypes.
Move hands, then
I thought they were
arms.
supposed to be
Don't
against
lean up against
stereotypes.
walls or poles or counters or other objects. Stand up straight and keep your feet much closer together than what feels natural. Walk up so that your footprints would show in the snow almost in a single line, so that your hips swing, because that's how women actually naturally walk. Sit up straight while eating. Don't lean at your table to support your weight. Cool Monster says, break symmetry while leaning on walls. Become a curved jelly. Lean to the side when leaning hand on head, or head on hand. Same with where you rest your hands. Show confidence. Looking and being confident was the thing that moved me into the passing as a woman's. Oh, geez. Can I do this? Let's see. Reddit.com. You cool monsters.
There's a lot of evidence that he's pedo. Well, I mean, there's evidence. There's evidence.
Over 18 to view this community.
I think I've seen some of that before.
That's not a message I want to see when I'm visiting a tranny profile. I want to see what does this person look like. Just show me what this person looks like. I want to see what passing as a woman's zone means. Come on, you fucker. He passes as a woman so well that he does not post a single picture of himself.
Of course not, dude. They have to go through all this because they destroyed what it means to be a woman. It's very simple.
Give me like 30 more
it's
seconds to try and find a picture, and then I'm moving.
You
on.
could just look. Is that a woman or not?
Non-binary grandparent. Just found out that my grandparent
is there a badge between those legs or not?
Actually, gender casual and pronoun casual. Leave Coach alone. He's old. He doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about, and it's elderly abuse to try and convince him that he's non-binary. Okay. That was fun. Look at me, butt. This is a very blurry picture. I don't see any butt at all. Oh, it's a cat. It's a cat butt. Okay, this person did not post any pictures. I cannot make fun of them. I will continue reading. A big one for me is that I realized early on keeping my legs together and bending at the knees when I want to crouch, pick at something off the floor. Imagine you are being held up by a string attached to the very top of your head, back straight, shoulders back down, etc. Typically men acknowledge each other with a nod, but it's more common for women to smile. When I first read this, it made me think about, there's this picture of a tranny goblin, and it's in a basement dungeon, and it's on a bare mattress, and it's just the scariest fucking picture, and it's grinning at the camera, and this sort of like depressive horror malaise. And it looks like a monster from Attack on Titan with the way it smiles. And when I see Daniel 4 saying, men acknowledge each other with a nod, it's more common for women to smile. I'm trying to imagine them smiling, like to acknowledge women on the street, and it looks like an Attack on Titan monster grinning with like no lips. That's my mental picture for it. Josh, can you elaborate on what you meant when you said the natives got what they deserve? I think they lost.
What?
Isn't that how that works?
Native American? What?
Female LARP tutorial. You know, women, they swing their hips because they have a lower center of gravity, Chad. Did you know that? You know what men don't have? They don't have a low center of gravity. Do you know what facial feminization surgery and shit can't fix? They can't fix your center of gravity. Which means...
You can't fix your chromosomes either. They can't fix any of that.
You'll never have.
You can make yourself look like a woman all you want, but you're still not a woman.
Just oh, and here's what it really means to be.
That's a fact. That's reality right there. That might be like disavowed by like mainstream or whatever, but
she's now getting
they're
tattoos,
pushing out
and
lies.
she intends to get and a piercing, and she's going to get more tattoos. I can't wait. Okay, I'm done. Did I miss anything? No, I'm not talking. Look, I'm not gonna mention his name. I won't mention his name because I've gone an entire stream for the very first time in a long time without even mentioning the name. But I will put this on the screen. I will put the. Actually, God, there's two things.
Need some health.
Okay, I'll put this on the stream first. Okay, I'm not gonna mention anything, and then after we've gotten to enjoy this for a couple seconds, I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm also gonna show this one, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. We got slide A. It's like when you're at an eye doctor. Slide A, slide B. Slide A, slide B. Which one's better? Slide A, slide B. Slide A. You like slide A better?
I see what he's doing with Ralph. Yeah. We all had fun making fun of his weight.
And if you're
Welcome
just listening,
to the party, pal.
Watch the archives. Watch the stream archives, you fucking loser. You fucking syndicate
Sounds like a
feed
snowflake.
MP3 listening
he does.
bitch. Fuck you. You don't get to see what's on the screen. I'm not even going to explain it to you. You just have to wonder.
See, ZXV, that's what I was thinking about too. When Josh recently, or I said recent, that was like last year or 2 years ago, right? When he had to talk with Dax, he disavowed the whole lolly stuff. But was that Josh faking or was that Josh being real? Was that Josh pulling a Mr. Deadman and like hiding behind a mask of lies and jokes and shit? Or is that real? What's going on there?
Okay, I'm done for real. Unless there's something else. Last chance, chat.
Oh, you could have said about the chair. He almost broke the chair. God damn it! And then he was on a beach. There was a beach that was like there was a well that was beach, bro. You could talk about that. You could talk about how much he strains his new Nissan Frontier. You could talk about that. No, we already did.
Last chance. Going once. Going once, chat. Going twice, chat.
Kidding about Pizza Day. If you mention Zoom,
Chris update.
you get in trouble.
I'll save that for next week.
I don't really know much
Ukraine
about
shit on my
Zoom. I heard
system.
that he's a pedo too, which
I'll catch up on some other stuff.
I've seen
week,
some
I promise.
stuff. Seems convincing.
Okay. See you then. Bye bye.
That's it? Bye-bye? That's it? That was the stream? That's what everyone was waiting for? Dude, I've been chilling over here playing Duke 3D, having a good time. That's what people were waiting for. Jesus. Well, I hope that was entertaining for the people. Hope that was great and amazing. Wow. Well, that happened. It was interesting. Like, things are weird in this level. I think this user map would be better if it wasn't like War of Attrition mod. I think something's getting kind of fucked up here. Because I can't pass through this. I'm supposed to. So we're probably getting into playing a different. Actually, honestly, it's 12:30. I'm probably gonna be wrapping up pretty soon. Getting something to eat. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen here, guys. Okay. Let's see. Let me pay attention to the chat here. He's a snowflake. That's right, James Fountain. He is. Josh hasn't had a good stream in years. Missed me a couple. That's so mean. How much for you to do stream in helmet, dude? Oh, this helmet? I tell you what. I'll don this helmet when my mortal enemy, the Damo, can actually come up with a good burn against me. Me getting divorced, come on. That ain't happening. But you tell the Damo he needs to come with some good burns. And then I'll resume the white knot against a samurai. Okay? Actually, I did tell him that he needs to pet a dog. He fears dogs. The Damo fears dogs for real, for real. I ain't making that up. We can play some Damo videos later on, I suppose. But he's afraid of dogs. And a man that is afraid of dogs is not a man. Man is supposed to be on top of beasts. I understand some beasts are scary, like bears and stuff. I understand that. Tigers, I understand that. But a dog is a man's best friend. A fierce dog, a mean dog. I mean, unless they're trained to kill, there's probably a way to reach that dog and let him know that, hey, you're a friend too. It helps if you're not black. For some reason, dogs really hate people of color. It just is what it is. I don't know what it is. Just snap them all. Why not Samurai Wars? That's right. That's what we're going to do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. Any last donos for any last fireball shots? Just saying. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Look at me, grifting on the internet. Grifting hard, begging. This is what my life has become. I'm not gonna claim any of this bullshit on my fucking income, though. God damn it. I'm supposed to, right? I got to be careful what I say. I'm going to claim it all, guys. I'm claim it all, 100%. Mr. Man believes everything ZXV says. You got to. ZXV is a truth speaker. Just watch Chill Stream through your channel. Aren't you a furry, Mr. Bratman? No, not a furry. I don't know where that comes from, but not a furry. It's not more. You can cry later. Deadman RL win. Why not get an expensive setup? I don't want to use some cheap shit. I mean, well, all you need is a selfie stick and a phone, right? And a backup battery. I'm a furry, man. I'm a furry now. Just a furry, guys. Have I ever been in a fursuit ever in my life? But okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up here, get some food, and y'all take it easy. Have a good one. You have a furry poster. This? Is that a furry poster? It's a painting, first off. It's a tiger. It's a tiger, motherfucker. You would have to have some massive head trauma. Like beating the head, stomped on your face in Portugal to think that is an indication of anything furry. I don't understand where these people come from. I don't even know. Sell tiger poster merch, right? Who's the girl? Who's the girl in your intro? I don't know, man, but she's fine. She's fine, right? She's fine. You don't see much of her, but what you see is important. All right, guys, we're wrapping up here. All right. You guys have a good one. Y'all take it easy.